I'm going to be honest right now. Wolverine and the X-Men is overrated. Yeah, I said it. So, here's why. I'm going to go episode by episode, analyzing each one, not only analyzing it, but talking about each episode. There was surprisingly only 26, which, even though I'm not really a huge fan of the show, I think it deserved a second season. Especially knowing how cool season 2 probably would have been on that cliffhanger. But we'll get to the cliffhanger way later in the video. Anyways, yeah, so let's start the video anyways. Episode 1 through 3, Hindsight. This is Hindsight part 1, 2, and 3. I don't really get why this is a 3-parter, but let's start off with the first part. The first part is basically just the origin. Wolverine decides to leave the X-Men because why not? Yeah. Also, something that I'm trying to do is connect this show with X-Men Evolution. I don't know why, I just think that these two shows, it'd be really cool if they were connected. Especially since I really like X-Men Evolution. It's my favorite, one of the X-Men shows. Well, my second favorite. 97 is better. But, whatever, okay? So, yeah. Yeah. And this basically just Wolverine doing stuff. He also meets Beast. But, again, so far this show has been kind of slow. And now I have to get into Wolverine. Why is this called Wolverine and the X-Men? Okay? Because it's just really annoying. I do not get it, and I also hate it. Anyways, Hindsight Part 2. It's basically just them doing more recruiting. And also, Wolverine's supposed to be the leader, but okay. I bet when Cyclops joins, the team, he's gonna become the leader. And then Part 3, we find out that Professor X isn't dead. Yeah, they're like, oh no, Professor X is dead. No, he's in the future, which I really hate. It could be interesting, but I don't get how. How did he go to the future? But then, there was one of the worst things I have ever heard in my life. Professor X says, no, Cyclops, you can't be the leader. Wolverine has to be. Cyclops works because he's the leader. He's the all-rounder. He's the guy who manages to have someone who can control the weather, a teleporting nightmare, a teleporting creature, a dude who can control ice, and a crazy dude with metal claws to all work together. And then he's like, but no, Wolverine must be the leader because, well, Wolverine's in the movies, he's big there, so he has to be the leader. No, I hate the idea of Wolverine being the leader of the X-Men. It just doesn't work in my opinion. Cyclops should always be the leader. Also, why do they always have Wolverine stealing stuff from Cyclops? They had him have to steal his leadership, and they had him steal his gold. Gosh, what? I feel like the people in the 2000s just hated Cyclops. And I just hate it. Why do they have to hate Cyclops so much? Oh boy. Luckily, whenever I'm gonna eventually do reviews for the other X-Men cartoons, you'll see why I love Cyclops. But right now, yeah, kind of weird with Cyclops. And so I personally just think the Wolverine doesn't fit. But guess what? They're gonna have Cyclops react to the obsessed with Jean for no discernible reason. Something that Cyclops will never do. Listen, Cyclops loves Jean. But he wouldn't go insane and become a recluse because, oh no, she's dead. No. In a good story, Cyclops should be able to come over it and become better through it. But whatever. Overall, yeah. Episode 4, Overflow. This introduces Storm, and I'll be honest, here's one of my biggest problems with almost all X-Men shows. They never let Storm do cool. Like, at least in the movie, Storm may have been pretty boring in the first two. But in the third one, in the last scene, she was pretty cool, I guess. But in the shows, I just never got interested in her. And this includes you. She's just a wise old one. I don't know. I just don't like it. So, yeah, and trust me, when we get to the X-Men Evolution review eventually, I'll have a lot to say about that. Just trust me. I'll have a lot to talk about with that. Actually, yeah. So, yeah, but other than that, this episode's just kind of okay. I really like Shadow King, but again, similar to Storm, he barely gets to appear in other pieces of media, and when he does, he just is kind of boring to me. I wish I could like Shadow King sometimes, but he just isn't good in it. He just isn't good in the show. So yeah, overall, this is just kind of a disappointing episode. This could have been so good, but it just wasn't. And also, it's basically an episode only that would be like, hey, guess what, guys? We need Storm, so we gotta have an episode with Storm. I don't know. This is another not very good episode. Oh boy, the first 4 episodes are pretty bad. And I mean, Avengers of Mightiest Heroes is an amazing show, and its first 4 episodes were mediocre. I mean, in my opinion, the Captain America episode was when the show really got good. But other than that, the other 4, but other than that, but this isn't a video about Avengers Ultimate Heroes. Okay. So, Thieves Gambit. Yay, it's a Wolverine solo episode. Alright, I'm just gonna say here, I hate Wolverine solo episodes. Okay, I hate it. I do not understand the appeal. And plus, I'm not even that big of a fan of Wolverine in general. Like, he's cool, I guess, but overall, I'm just not that big of a fan. So I'm gonna... Also, this Gambit is kind of mediocre. Gambit, I always liked. Even when he was a villain in X-Men Evolution, I still really liked him. Again, Man, why am I making a video about this when I really just want to make a video about X-Men Evolution? And plus... But this episode is kind of the thing that made me go, oh wait, I literally cannot connect these 2 shows as much as I want, because why is Gambit evil again? But hey, no, X-Men Evolution to be a part of the Marvel Yost Force, okay, yeah. Anyways, though, this show, yeah. Anyways, next episode, episode 6, Excalibur. Ooh boy, it's my favorite episodes. Nightcrawler episodes. Nightcrawler is my favorite X-Men of all time. I absolutely love the Blue Fly Boy. I don't think there's been one adaptation where he's not awesome. Okay? Nightcrawler was the best. But, yeah, other than that, I'm not gonna try and have too much about that, but yeah, Nightcrawler is pretty cool in this show, but let's just continue. Yeah, and I really like this episode. Nightcrawler being here is really cool, and honestly, the Nightcrawler episodes, just like one Nightcrawler episode is better than all the Wolverine episodes combined. Okay, although I do kind of like about how they try and have each X-Men have their own little solo adventures. And I am glad that Nightcrawler got a whole 3 episodes, but still, Wolverine, in my opinion, I still don't think is too awesome. I preferred how X-Men Evolution did it, where he barely appears, but that means that when he gets a solo episode, it's more crazy, and it also makes Wolverine's mystery more interesting. But here, I don't know, it's just something about it. But again, I'm trying not to make this video as long as my video about the Batman, so yeah. Wolverine vs. Hulk, like the movie, yeah. Wolverine vs. Hulk was a very interesting episode. I really liked it. But honestly, I think, I'm pretty sure it's the first, maybe second. I'm pretty sure it's the first or even second appearance of Hulk in this universe. Yeah. And it's the first appearance of Nick Fury in this universe. And yeah, I didn't really like Nick Fury in this episode. I, again, prefer Nick Fury much more in X-Men Evolution. Yeah, why am I not making a review of X-Men Evolution? Yeah. But I think it's a pretty interesting episode. I'm not a big fan of the Wendigos, though. But, I have to dock some points because it's another Wolverine solo episode. Although I think this is probably the best Wolverine solo episode. And this is episode 6, by the way. Wait, no, episode 7, sorry. Episode 8, Time Bomb. This has Nitro, a really cool character. I really like Nitro. But, yeah, other than Nitro, this is another kind of boring episode, which I'm not too big of a fan of. Like, it's an episode that just kind of blends with the West. Unlike some other shows, like, I don't know, X-Men Evolution. Yeah, I'm comparing this a lot to X-Men Evolution, if you can't tell. But But again, this came after X-Men Evolution. It sort of evolved from X-Men Evolution. But no, it devolved, in my opinion. So, yeah. Episode 9. Yeah, on Google it just says episode 9, and I do not care about the show good enough to actually to actually figure out the title. Yeah, I'm throwing spite at it. And yes, yeah. This is the first Professor X episode, and I'm not too big of a fan of these Professor X episodes. I just don't really like them, you know. Especially since, in my opinion, they are just kind of mute, and they're only there to be like, hey, Days of Future Past style thing. I don't know. My main problem with this is that I'm not emotionally attached to this version of Professor X. Okay, just because it's Professor X doesn't mean I'm immediately emotionally attached to him. Okay, so it's kind of and that's something I don't really mention that much. Like Professor X in the show, they expect you to immediately care about him, but you need to the Days of Future Past Professor X in the future plot should have been in season 2. Otherwise, I don't care about Professor X that much. Like, all they were doing has been whining about, oh no, Professor X is gone. Go cry about it to your mommy. I'm this early into the video, and I'm already this angry. Just fantastic. Anyway, so yeah. Greetings from Genosha. Yeah, another Nightcrawler episode. Let's go. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. This also introduces Scarlet Witch, and I really like Nightcrawler and Scarlet Witch's relationship. Even if I think overall, yeah. So, and this is definitely a very interesting episode. But overall, the only reason I really like it is because of Nightcrawler. Although I really like about how it has a bad ending. Nightcrawler was captured, and for me, when I was first watching this, when I was really young, not really young, but whatever. When I was first watching this, I was like, oh shoot, Nightcrawler was captured. Oh no. I do think that they should have waited a longer time. Like, they should have at least had. I think if after the Mojo episode, which spoiler alert again for the show, but I don't really recommend this show. Like, unless you're a diehard X-Men fan, or you just want to learn more about the X-Men, I do not think you should watch this. But, yeah. Especially since this is the weakest X-Men show, in my opinion. In fact, probably one of the weakest Marvel shows in general. Because Marvel usually makes bangers, but this is a pretty weak one. And, yes, I'm going to praise a lot more Marvel in the future on my channel. But, you know, sometimes I got to have a little hate. Because, you know, yeah. So, yeah, but if after the Mojo episode, there was also an episode where there was a prison break, I think that would have been a pretty interesting thing. And then if Nightcrawler stayed in prison until the season finale, or more like the series finale, since that it ended up becoming, and Nightcrawler ended up getting saved, that would have made it a lot crazier, you know. But whatever, especially since at the end of the season, once he joins the X-Men, he basically does nothing. So, yeah. Episode 11, Past Dissertations. Whatever. Wolverine's chasing after a ghost. Remember that. Yeah, and we also see Sabretooth. And yeah, I'll be honest, Sabretooth's one of my least favorite X-Men villains. I don't know, I just never really got into Sabretooth. It's maybe because I never really got into Wolverine in general. Like, I think Wolverine's pretty cool. I thought the first half of the Wolverine is great, and Logan is amazing. Probably my favorite X-Men. Probably probably the best X-Men film of all time, in my opinion. But still, you know, like... But I don't know. Maybe I just haven't really... I'm just not too attached to Wolverine. And thus, Sabretooth, I'm also just not really that attached to. Which makes him, you know, just kind of mute to me. But, yeah. And maybe that's a big problem why I don't like it. I'm just not a big Wolverine fan. I don't know. But one thing I do know is that this show is going to be hypocritical. Trust me. Trust me. Episode 12. Excessive Fool. I think I'm saying that right. Whatever. So, yeah. This episode's another bad one. This episode just is not good. It does not have anything previously good. It has Cyclops going on his own journey, which is like, yeah. But in it, Wolverine. But at the end, I'm pretty sure it's this episode or a different episode. But I remember someone on the show, Wolverine says, "Stop chasing ghosts, okay? You gotta stick with the X-Men." The literal previous episode, you were chasing ghosts. And also, this entire show, you've been going on your own solo adventures, Wolverine. You hypocrite. Yeah, this might be one of my least favorite Wolverines of all time. In a show called Wolverine and the X-Men. Yeah, I do not like the show. Yeah. Mr. Sinister was cool, I guess, even though they just call him Sinister. Why? Nah, seriously, why? Episode 13, Battle Line. This is a pretty good episode, I guess. Yeah, listen, Rogue in the show is also annoying, okay? I do not like Rogue, okay? I just do not like her, you know? Like, she's one of those characters that I cannot care less about. And some of them also made other characters. Kitty Pryde is probably my favorite female X-Men. And she's completely boring in the show. Iceman is my second favorite X-Men. And they made him boring. That is not... Overall, this show, not the best. Not the best. But hey, we're halfway through this video, I hope. As long as I don't speed up the rest of this video, or, yeah. But, hey guys, if you made it to this point, I guess, I don't know, maybe grab a snack, get a drink. I don't know. This video is already like 18 minutes. Yeah, I better hurry up the process. Episode 14, Stolen Lives. Yay, my favorite, another Weapon X Wolverine episode. I hate everything. And it also has Mystique. Listen, I love Mystique. But in this show, she's another character who they ruined for me. Literally. All the X-Men that I love, they ruined in this show, except Nightcrawler. Luckily, Nightcrawler gets basically gets like 3 whole episodes to himself, but still. It's crazy, man. Crazy. So, yeah. And it's just a not very good episode. By this point, I was already like, man, I'm doing this just for this video. This is crazy. Episode 15, The Hunting Grounds. This has Mojo. Yay, Mojo is pretty cool. Hey, Mojo's another character they didn't win. Yay. But, yeah, other than that, this episode is pretty annoying. By the way, another character they ruined is Quicksilver. I forgot to put him in the script earlier. So I'm gonna put him in now. I hate this version of Quicksilver, and I'll talk about how much I hate what happened to him in the finale. But yeah. Episode 16, Badlands. They have Sentinels. Yeah, this episode's another bad one. Like, I don't even want to waste my breath on this episode. Okay? I'm not gonna. This episode's pretty bad. Code of Conduct. This has Silver Samurai. Yeah! Silver Samurai's awesome! But he's kind of boring in this episode, yeah. Listen, I usually love Silver Samurai. It's just that he's kind of boring in this episode. In my opinion, they should have saved Silver Samurai to season 2 or even a season 3. You know, not in a season 1. I mean, it's glad that we got Silver Samurai. We almost never get him. But, you know, it's just kind of weird. Episode 18, Backlash. In this episode, they made me actually like Forge. Usually, I'm not a big Forge fan, but this episode kind of made me a bit of a Forge fan. I'm a Forge fanboy. Okay, I'll defend this version of Forge. So, yeah, but other than that, again, this version of Forge is pretty boring. Wait, what am I saying? No, he's awesome. Whatever. Probably one of my... In fact, I think I might even like this version of Forge more than the Forge from the comics. So, yeah. But, overall, again, just a boring episode. So, yeah, and let's just go next. Episode 19, Guardian Angel. We get to see Guardian Angel. Yeah, that's awesome. But still, Guardian Angel was... Yeah, we got to see Angel. And Angel, like Forge, is a character who I usually don't really care that much about. But this show made me kind of like... Yeah. Although, in fact, somehow Angel in this show is better than Angel and X-Men Evolution. Same thing to go with Forge. So, yeah, but other than that, this show is kind of... Yeah. Episode 20, Breakdown. Yay, more proof that X-Men Evolution literally cannot exist since the founders of this version of X-Men consists of Cyclops and Jean. Okay, yeah, they could definitely be founders. Beast and then there's also Beast and Angel, who we literally see them meet, but okay. And Iceman is the other founder. It does not make any sense, by the way, about how Iceman, because if this is X-Men Evolution Iceman, he would be a little child who definitely wouldn't have. By the way, it makes no sense. Like, isn't Iceman usually younger than the ones? Like, especially in this show, like, it kind of feels weird that Iceman is like this. By the way, I literally forgot about Colossus's existence, so I'm just gonna write it in here. But what happened to Colossus? Why'd they forget about him? I know he was supposed to join the X-Men in season 2, but really? You needed, so many Wolverine episodes. Way too many. But you couldn't even squeeze one Colossus episode near the end of the season where he at least joins the X-Men? Like, you'd barely have to do anything. You just have to have it be, like, literally right before the season finale. And just have him join. Oh, God. But no, we can't have Colossus. Damn, why can't we actually have a good Colossus in any of these shows? Okay? Just feels weird. Ace is in 8th. This is the other appearance of Gambit, and again, I do not really like this Gambit, and I'm not going to waste my breath on insulting this show since we reached the season finale, basically. I know, but I'm sorry. I consider Shades of Grey a part of, I consider it a part of the series finale. Episode 23 through 26. Shades of Grey and Foresight. So, yeah, I decided to bundle these together. But, yeah, Shades of Grey. This is just a pretty boring finale and kind of underwhelming. In the end, it's trying to have everything come together, but I don't know. I just think it fails. Mainly because this does not work as a series finale. I know it wasn't supposed to be, but yeah, it just doesn't work. And then at the end, right when it seems like it's over, nope, Apocalypse, he's here. Listen, why? Like, I'm sorry, I just think that this was a pretty bad thing. And they were gonna keep Professor X in the future again. I still did not care about Professor X. Because even though we had a bunch of episodes with him, they expected us by then to already care about him. So yeah, overall, not a very good show. Let's go to the conclusion now. Overall, I hope I illustrated correctly about why I do not like this show. Personally, this show is very boring. I'm not a big fan. Honestly, and should you watch it, only if you either want to become a bigger fan of the X-Men or if you're a die-hard fan of the X-Men. So, yeah, but if you just don't care about the X-Men, then do not watch this. I think they made me less interested in the X-Men somehow. And overall, this is the sad thing being that this is the final X-Men show for a while. As for why it was canceled, well, I'd highly recommend, I'd highly recommend Pillow of Govage's video about both of his videos about why Wolverine and the X-Men was canceled. But overall, basically, it's just that they ran out of money. The people who created it ran out of money, and also it'd be really hard to revive the show. So I think Wolverine and the X-Men will be like Spectacular Spider-Man. People will be shouting for a revival, but it'll probably never happen. I mean, even Spectacular Spider-Man has a higher likelihood because more people will probably screaming for Spectacular Spider-Man Season 3. And also B, like, Sony could make a Spectacular Spider-Man movie. And I'll save about why I don't think a Spectacular Spider-Man Season 3 thing could actually happen for my for an eventual video about Spectacular Spider-Man. But overall, this is a pretty disappointing series. But hey, but next up in this Marvel Yost trilogy will be the Marvel Yost Iceberg. Ooh, so excited. Also, I'm sorry about how late I was. I was supposed to upload it. I was originally going to upload it on Wednesday. Then I delayed it to Thursday. But now it's Friday, and I kind of had to film it now. But hey, thank you guys so much for sticking through this video. Almost said episode. I've been talking about this for almost 30 minutes. So yeah, guys. Thank you so much for watching this. And I'll see you guys next time.